LG, you are muted.
Thank you. That will help a lot. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us again today for another conversation among friends. We're going to have our small business town hall conversation. Like every other week, we get together to talk about what is happening in the small business community here in the state of Rhode Island. Today, again, we're going to have the director, Mark Hayward, is going to give us information about the Small Business Administration from the federal government. You know, he always have great information available for all of us. Then after that, we're going to hear from the Secretary of Commerce, Stephen Pryor, is going to tell us good information about the small business programs available at Commerce. Then Director Matt Weldon. And after that, we have a special guests today that I would like for you to stay is to make sure that you ask your questions once they're here in the conversation with us. So we're going to have, we are going to learn about what is happening in the city of Warwick, right? And for that, we have Mayor Fran Picozzi is going to be joining us, as well as Council President Steve McAllister. You know, I love my council people, right? So I love the council president is going to be here with us also. So then we're going to hear about what is going on with the Black Business Association of Rhode Island. We have a great guest, Lisa Wrangling is going to be here with us, and we're going to hear from three small businesses that has been working with the Black Business Association. So as you know, we have a full agenda today. Then after that, Chris Parisi is going to tell me what he hears on the street. Okay, so let's start right away with Director Hayward, because we have a full agenda today. Director, what is going on?
Hello, Governor. It's great to see you again. I just want to say that we had Mondays with Mark. The governor was my guest this week, and we had a great discussion about everything that the administration is doing to help small business, and it's been really well received, Governor, so thank you very much for doing that. I just want to remind people, particularly those who got economic injury disaster loans, that if they are still looking for additional increases in the EIDL program, they can do that. They can make those requests on the EIDL portal. And we are, we've been seeing a lot of individuals who are looking for either $500,000 or $1 million, probably those big businesses, because as you remember, Governor, we started with really low amounts, 150. So those are being processed in a timely manner. If you run into an issue where you're not getting the kind of response or a quick response from the Office of Disaster Assistance, Ben, if you can just float up our email address, they can contact us, and we'll make sure that we get in contact with the Office of Disaster Assistance. We do have access to where we can see the file, Governor. We can't act on it, but at least we can tell people we know what's going on, and that's SBA. There you go. Excellent, Ben. Very good. Right on cue, it comes in. It's interesting because we still have our regular programs, Governor, and we're working on, we're working with our participating lenders. I just wanted, for the first quarter, we did approximately $54.5 million in lending with our partners, of which 28 loans were 504 loans. That's for buildings and machinery and equipment. That's where I call the window to Wall Street for small businesses, because small businesses can borrow money at rates that the larger businesses, because it's sold in the secondary market. And then in our 7A program, we did 40 loans for approximately $16 million. And the reason why I bring this up is because you said that you were going to have the mayor and council president from Warwick.
Yes.
So we track by city and town how everybody does. I don't have it by bank, by city and town, but I would like to tell you that the number one city at 9 loans for just a little over $9 million is the city of Cranston, followed by the city of Warwick with 7. This is just first quarter numbers, 7 loans for $5.1 million. So when you're talking to the mayor and the council president for Warwick, you can say, wow, you're number 2 on SBA's lending. And you have to remember, we're still in the beginning of the year. So there's not a lot of, because they were still dealing with EIDL loans and with, PPP and all that. So, I mean, we'll see a significant increase, but you may just want to tell them that they're at the top. which really surprises a lot of people because everybody would always think, oh, it's Providence that should be on top. And you know that, having been the council president, and me having been in East Providence. Well, Governor, Providence is third, Newport is fourth, and East Providence is sixth. So,
Great information.
But it just gives you kind of an indication where the loans are coming in. We're seeing a lot of activity in the private sector. And, we've got a lot of questions about what should I do at this point in time, because I'm being impacted by the increased prices and increase in inflation. The bottom line is, and I tell people all the time, businesses don't plan to fail. They fail to plan. This is a great opportunity. If you need technical assistance, you need a counselor, to contact the Small Business Development Center, our SCORE representatives, which we have. These are all individuals who own their own business and they volunteer, or the Center for Women in Enterprise. And I say this, Governor, because they have been helping a lot of small businesses apply for the Rhode Island Build Back program, Rhode Island Rebound program. So, they are very much engaged in getting people into that system, but they can provide any kind of technical assistance. And that's really what we feel is critical at this point. You need to know where you are and where you're going. And I think I mentioned to you, or in the program that we had on Monday, that, I went to a local diner, and the individual said to me, my prices are going up. And I basically responded to him, Governor, saying, you have to raise your prices, and you have to be constant and look at where you are, because once you fall behind, it's going to be very difficult to catch up. So I know that people are trying to put off the raising of the prices, and we know that inflation is running a little hot at this point in time, but we need to, that's where the technical assistance, Governor, is going to give our businesses a tremendous amount of, long-term assistance. So that's kind of where I am today, but it's great to see you. Belated happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad to know that there are groups in the community that are providing this technical assistance. So thank you so much, Director Hayward.
Thank you. And I hope you celebrated your 39th birthday really well.
You see, you are my kind of people. Thank you. So now we're going to go with the Secretary of Commerce, Stephen Pryor, my co-host.
Governor.
Where have you been, my co-host?
Once and forever your co-host.
Right.
Any day, in every way.
So tell me, what's going on in commerce? We can wait to hear from you. What are the latest things happening in commerce?
My pleasure. I think I want to focus on one thing, and one thing alone, actually, today, to make sure that small business people who are following and all the groups that work with small businesses are aware that today is the deadline day for the Rhode Island Rebound Small Business Grants. I'm very pleased to report that we've had over 3,000 applications that are likely to be eligible. So we are reaching the point where we are going to be saturated, where we have the potential to have exhausted our funding. That's after businesses get through the review and are receive their checks, in fact. But we believe we're at that point, as we thought might be possible after the 2-week open opportunity to apply within the 2-week window that started 2 Tuesdays ago. So today at 3:30 p.m., the Rhode Island Rebound Small Business Grant Program will close. We will evaluate whether we are, in fact, out of funding. So I just want to make sure that every small business person out there has this information. And if you're thinking of applying, if you think you would like to, you haven't had the chance, please do it today by 3:30 p.m. It's commerceri.com/RI rebounds to get in. You could just go to the site that's already listed on the page here, commerceri.com. You'll find the buttons and you'll get there. But commerceri.com/RI rebounds. Please apply by the deadline. We don't want you to be in that camp that applies just after the deadline. That's not the position that we want anyone to be in. So if you're planning on it, please do it. Big reminder, Lieutenant Governor, this is the program that offers $2,500 and $5,000 grants. These are not loans, these are grants to small businesses that have been affected by COVID. These are businesses with $1 million in revenue or less. These are truly small businesses. You have until 3:30 p.m. today. There's technical assistance that's being provided all the way through to the end of this 3:30 p.m. period by the Rhode Island Society of CPAs, by CWE and SBDC. That's the Center for Women in Enterprise, Small Business Development Center, and SCORE. Thank you, Director Hayward, for the continuing connection to these key SBA partners. The Rhode Island Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the Center for Southeast Asians, Rhodes Consulting, and the Rhode Island Black Business Association. All of these organizations are ready to help. So if you go online and you need some quick assistance, reach out to the ones that you already know or connect anew to one of these groups. All of this information is on the commerceri.com website. So I don't want to overcomplicate things by saying a lot more. I just want that message to get out today. If you're already planning to apply or if you've just been considering it, this is the deadline. At this point in time, it does look like we have a high likelihood of being out of funding at the conclusion of this round of this 2-week period, as we thought might be possible. So please don't take your chances and apply. One last time, commerceri.com/RI rebounds.
Thank you, Secretary. And actually, one of those partners is here with us today, Lisa Ranglin from the Rhode Island Black Business Association, the president. And I'm so grateful that she is joining us today to talk about the work that they're doing. So,
and I'm grateful for Lisa's continuing partnership. Reba has been a partner with Lisa at the helm through all of the phases of the COVID pandemic, and we're very grateful that she's stepped up once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this information. There are some questions in the chat in a couple of things. One, if the team can make sure to put in the, add to the chat, the comments section, the link to the application itself, that would be great. And also, there are some questions about the tourism industry. When is going to be application for that? Do you have any updates now? Or
it will be soon. I don't want to distract people with another application process. We want everyone focused on this first one, but it will be coming soon. And Lieutenant Governor, with your permission, we'll come back to this program. And as your co-host, I will co-share that information.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for the information, and looking forward to having you back here. And the team has already shared the information, also the link to the application. So thank you, Secretary, for being here today.
My pleasure. Great to be with you, Lieutenant Governor.
Great. Thanks. So next, we're going to hear from Director Matt Weldon from DLT. So Director Weldon, what's going on at DLT?
How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
Good to be here. What's going on? Lots going on, but I'm going to focus on one thing today as well, and I'll be super quick because I know you have a packed agenda. We put out last week the latest Real Jobs Rhode Island workforce development solicitation. So what does that mean? It means years ago, about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we reinvented in Rhode Island, or envisioned how we should run workforce development. So in the past, we used to take federal money and maybe some state money and hopefully train some people and maybe they'd get a job. And we realized that wasn't really working. What we needed to do is work directly with our employer community, work with industry, find out exactly what they need. In fact, let them design their own training and just be the conduit to get them the money necessary to do so, and then bring it to scale. We've done that over the years. We've completely, flipped the script on how it's done. And it works really well when businesses get to inform the process from the very beginning until they get somebody a job. So one thing I've talked about quite a bit is that, we make a lot of investments from the state. And what we're trying to do is maximize individual and family income. And at the same time, make sure that our businesses can thrive, not just survive, but really do well and get by. Real Jobs new solicitation is out now. It's essentially a grant proposal. People would find that information on our website at dlt.ri.gov. There's a tab for employers, and later today, right in the front page, there'll be a link for the solicitation. What people do is get together with groups, and there's a lot of information there about how you do this. But industries come together. They find a training provider. We don't tell them who their training provider should be. They find their own. Get community groups involved. Try to make sure that the work is focused on immediate needs and needs going out to 2030. Thinking about those industries that are growing. And, I like to see as much as we can do to help Rhode Islanders from all communities, especially those communities that traditionally haven't had access to programs like this. And so intentional investments to bring equity is super important here at DLT. It's something that we're focused on every single day. Go to that website, dlt.ri.gov, find the information, get some friends together and put some proposals in. These are proposals that would begin to be funded, if awarded, in the new fiscal year. Why in the new fiscal year? Because we need the money, and because the governor's budget and your budget has $40 million in ARPA money for workforce development training and another $6.1 million in general revenue for programming that we have here. So we're trying to now get a map or a pathway to how we're going to spend that money appropriately and invest in our economy to help employers find the talent they need and help working Rhode Islanders get on a pathway to prosperity.
Thank you, Director, for that information. Honestly, Ben has already added the information to the chat. So the information, the links are there to the website. Thank you so much for all that information. And we're gonna be back in 2 weeks to hear how is it going. Has anyone reached out? I would love to hear more about what type of groups are coming together and what are the type of trainings that are coming together. That would be great also to share with the listeners.
Sure. We have a pre-bid conference. I believe it might be next week, but information will be on our website on the Real Jobs page, and that allows people to ask questions. And there are some rules because it's a program that uses federal money, but we're very flexible. We want people to be able to get help. And yes, just yesterday afternoon, I had the opportunity to go to Central Falls to the Rhode Island College Workforce Center. What a great facility. What a great building. And we talked there about using different pools of money together, braiding them together to serve one purpose. And that's really what we're focused on here in state government. And so I'm looking forward to this next round. Yeah.
Go Rick. I don't waste a chance to highlight Rick and the work that they do. So thank you so much. This has been good information. It's really good seeing you. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks. We're going to be back here. Okay. Thank you, Director. All right, so thank you for all this great information. And now we're gonna go to the city of Warwick. So we want to know what's happening for the business community in Warwick. And for that, we have the Mayor Picozzi, and we also have the Council President Steve McAllister with us. Good afternoon. Hi, Mayor.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So we can give you some time, Mr. President.
Great to see you, Governor. Nice to see you again. Happy birthday, belated.
Thank you so much. So I want to hear, Mayor, how is the small business community doing in Warwick? What are the things that you have available for the small business community in Warwick?
I'm sorry, Governor. We've had some trouble connecting to you. I have to do it on my phone. So a lot of what you just said was garbled. We can't get it over the computer. I think our server has some kind of a firewall up.
Oh, right. So that's okay. So
the council president has much better access at his house, apparently.
Council president, you're able to save the day?
Sure.
Thank you.
So we have a lot of exciting things going on in the city of Warwick. And I get calls all the time from businesses in the city. As the governor knows, I work for the U.S. Chamber of Commerce as well. So I'm speaking with businesses every day. We had a local Apponaug laundry and cleaning service where they do my suits and stuff right in the heart of Apponaug. A family business, been there over 60 years. They reached out to the city last week. We had the mayor's office reached out directly to them, gave them a whole list of different programs that are available, not only through the city, but through the SBA and the state. So much that she thanked me and said I had to have my accountant phone in because there was so much information. We just wanted to make sure. So I know Mark Hayward was talking about how Warwick is second now. Yes. I don't know if the mayor was on for that. Well, we're second in the most loans so far this quarter, SBA loans, second to Cranston, and we don't like being second to Cranston in anything. So we're gonna push the word out. This is gonna put you right over the top, right, Mayor? Yeah. Oh, yes. And also working with the council president, we've created an economic development department, which we really haven't had.
in the city for quite a while, and we're actively recruiting businesses and helping them to open. It's kind of like a concierge service, and it's been very successful. We're starting to fill the empty buildings now.
Good. That's great. So is there a website that we can share with the individuals that are connected watching this broadcast so they know where to go and get information about someone that is thinking, I would like to start a business in Warwick? Where do I go first?
Go right to the city website, warwickrhodeisland.gov.
Okay, so Ben, if you can help us add that information to the chat so individuals that are watching know where they can go. Do you have right now, like, is there one particular type of business that is kind of the one that you see more opening up? Is more restaurants? And what type of business do you have right now, like having a boom in the city of Warwick?
We've had some larger businesses, like we have a BJ's coming. It's going to the old Toys R Us building, which is fantastic. In the past year, Market Basket opened. We had an empty corner on the corner of Airport Road and Post Road for years, and a neon. I don't want to call it a gas station because they sell food as like a restaurant. That one was very exciting. We have a lot of proposals for retail. Not many restaurants right yet, but we're hoping for more.
Okay. I was there for that
right,
opening.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't wait for the place to be open. I want to go.
Oh,
in
it is.
there.
It is open.
It's open.
It opened a couple of weeks ago, and it's wildly successful.
Oh, I gotta stop by. So you're
You
gonna
do.
see me there soon.
I hear the pizza is really good there. Steve, have you been there yet?
I have. They have an oven, a brick oven where they cook the pizzas right in the middle of the place, and it takes 5 minutes. You order the pizza, so you get your gas, you get your pizza, and you get back on the road.
Nice.
You're twisting my arms now.
Yeah.
A well-known secret is that I love to eat, so you're gonna see me there.
So do I.
But thank you so much for joining us today and bringing this important information about what's going on in the city of Warwick. And we have a healthy competition there now to see how many more applications we're gonna get to the SBA, right? So
that's right. We're gonna get the word out.
Warwick wants to be number one.
We'll be number one shortly.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you will. Thank you so much for joining. It's been truly a pleasure.
Thanks, Governor.
Thanks. Thank you all. I know we have a full agenda today, but the best part is still coming. We have so much good information coming on. And for that, I'm going to bring Lisa Wrangling. Lisa, welcome to this conversation of the small business community. And I'm so glad that you're here. Lisa Wrangling is the president and founder of RIBA, the Rhode Island Black Business Association. So, Lisa, tell us about RIBA. What's going on? What has been happening lately at RIBA?
Yeah, so thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor, for the opportunity to be here and to share where we are and what has been happening. As we know, we've been talking about small business has been, the backbone of our economy, and not just nationally, but here right in the state as well. And we're super excited to share with you a couple of things. So RIBA will be celebrating our 11th year on March 31st. So I know you just celebrated a birthday, and we're celebrating the birthday coming up in March.
Congratulations. Wow.
Thank you. March 31st to be exact. And we'll be hosting our annual meeting on April 7th. So more to come on that, specifically around our annual meeting. But, over these 11 years, RIBA has done tremendous work. I know we had, Secretary Pryor on earlier talking about the rebound, and I would echo what he noted specifically around the deadline, right? The time frame is coming up very shortly today at 3:30, and we have been a partner with Commerce Rhode Island specifically to ensure that Black and Brown businesses gain access. And right now we're talking specifically about the Rebound loan program. We've been providing technical assistance to help businesses fill out their application. And today the phone's been going crazy here at the office because, again, people wait for the last minute and they're scrambling to get their applications in. But we're here ready and willing to support our businesses. So over these 11 years, our focus has always been around business development, specifically supporting Black and Brown businesses. And I am super excited. And I don't know how we're going to do this. I do have two of our our clients that are here with me
Yes.
this afternoon. And, we support businesses, whether with microloans or forgivable loans or technical assistance. And when we talk about technical assistance, what we're talking about is helping with financial literacy, anywhere from marketing, strategic planning, forecasting, anything that the business need for them to grow. I think when Reba started, our focus has always been around economic development and really moving people from poverty to sustainability. And how do we do that? We know when, mom or dad or aunt or uncle, whomever has a job, they're able to provide for their families, right?
That's right.
The work that we are doing is specifically around moving people from poverty to sustainability so they can build generational wealth, right? We want to close the wealth gap here in the state. We know that we have a huge gap, right, in communities of color, specifically when we're talking about access to resources and opportunities. We also know within all of these gaps have a direct impact on our children, the way they perform in our schools. So all of it is interconnected. But I am super excited to join by two incredible women. I have the pleasure of talking and working with these ladies. We have Venetia King. She owns Eagle Eye Post Construction, and she's one of our clients. I have her like my mentee, that we're just doing incredible work together. Super excited that she's
Hi,
here.
Venetia. It's good to see you again.
She's awesome. And then, of course, we have Elizabeth Bono of Bono Uniform, and she's, again, one of our clients. We've been working on Elizabeth and Venetia for some years now. But Elizabeth, your mute is on.
Hello.
Welcome.
I'm so excited to share the space.
I am very excited to be here.
Ladies, they are doing incredible work, and we're here really helping them anywhere from, when I talk about financial literacy, if it's about increasing your credit score. I was working with Venetia last week or the week before, and I was so excited to see the progress. And she turned to me and said, "Lisa, you're more excited than I am." And I was just super excited about her progress, but I'm going to share the space for them to share about each of them to share about their businesses.
Great. So why don't we start with Venetia? Venetia, you're ready to let us know more about your business?
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you all for the invite. Lieutenant Governor, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm the owner of Eagle Eye Post Construction Services, background union member 271 for 11 years. Decided to start my own business in 2018, right before COVID started. So all I know is running a business in COVID. It's been an obstacle. It's been really hard. It's been some challenging times. But with great support systems around me from foundations like RIBA, it has made it a lot easier to navigate. I'm looking forward to continuing working with RIBA, building my business and taking it to the next level. I've been working really closely with Lisa lately, like she mentioned. She's been really hands-on with me. And I'm just excited for 2022. It's been a bumpy start of the year, but I have some great potential for some good opportunities moving forward. And I'm really excited about the potential and the growth potential of Eagle Eye.
Thank you, Venetia. And Elizabeth, could you please introduce your business to all of us?
Absolutely. I am very excited to be here. Thank you for this opportunity. Lisa, thank you for that phone call. This is going to change my life and the business. My name is Elizabeth. I'm the CEO of Bono Uniforms. Bono Uniforms provide fashionable, comfortable, and affordable medical uniforms to healthcare workers. As a registered nurse myself, I do understand the importance of having uniforms that can perform, especially in COVID time. Back in 2018, I had that conversation with my husband about bringing a happy medium, because the expensive uniforms were great, but you had to break a back, right? And then the okay one were not that comfortable. So we decided to bring a happy medium. So making sure that the healthcare workers can actually wear something they feel comfortable in without having to break the bank. Since 2018, we've been growing. 2019, I decided to resign from my full-time position. And that's when I turn around and look for some, access to resources in the community. I met Reba, and it's been an amazing journey. Very successful. I'm happy to be part of that family because they always support us, not only as business but as person. To be a leader, you got to be, you have to be coachable. And in Reba, we were able to find both, help as a person and for the business. We are excited to work on our first project for the year, which is the opening of our physical store in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. We are local.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Governor. It's gonna happen next month. We don't have a date yet, but we will keep you posted for sure. So for the last 3 years, we have been online, but we're ready to hit the ground and invite the Rhode Islander in towns and closed towns to come see us.
Great. That's wonderful. So I hear both of you talking. It looks like your business really has been taking off in the middle of the pandemic, right?
That is correct. That is correct. Yes, we've been growing.
I think that, when I talked with them, Lieutenant Governor, I get so excited about their progress, and each of them have something so unique. And I think, Elizabeth talks about Bono Uniform. I mean, they're basically looking to get out in the marketplace, right? To connect with hospitals, connect with facilities that utilize their services. The same thing for Venetia, right? We talked about scaling, right? And how do we get there? And I've been pushing her to get to that 500,000 mark, right? For 2022. I'm really aggressive, and she's right there allowing me to push her, and she's really great. And the same thing for Elizabeth. We're pushing the numbers. One of the things that we're doing with Elizabeth, we talked about supporting her grand opening, for example, not just showing up, but to make sure she has adequate funding for signage and also for marketing, for promotion, and all of those things. So what we're doing is specifically asking, what can we help you with? And we're leaning in and supporting those things. And we do that not just for these two amazing women that's here with us this afternoon, but to businesses that we connect with. So at Reba, we lean in and meet businesses where they're at and get specifically. So, people, we're tired of people getting advised, right? Advice are great. But to these ladies, they said to me, I want more. I want to know what Reba can help us with. And we said, we do have the forgivable loan program here at Reba as well.
Yeah.
So we're helping with checks, right? If they can't get back loans, we're hoping to get them all bankable. But if they're not yet bankable, we want to support them where they can, specifically for the things they need, right? Signage, right? If you're going to have a grand open, you're going to have a building, you need signage, right? You need marketing. So those are kind of the things that we help our clients with. And these two ladies are just doing incredible work. We're doing headshots with Venetia, right? We're doing your business profile. We're doing a lot of things hands-on. So it's really incredible to see their progress, but they are leaders and they're doing it.
Thank you so much, Lisa, because what happens is when someone starts a business, they're so busy running the business. And it's so great when organizations like yours can come in and provide technical assistance, things that they haven't had the time to dedicate to because they're just worried about running the business. So thank you. Venetia, I wanted to ask you a little bit more about your business. Can you explain to viewers what are the services that you offer?
Eagle Eye is basically a labor staffing company, specializing in selective demolition, daily cleanup, and final cleanup. But the idea around the company was to provide labor services for construction projects. I don't know if you're aware of the labor shortage that's going along not only in Rhode Island but across the country. There's a lot of work that's coming into Rhode Island over the next 2 to 5 years. I just sat in a meeting the other day with the head of the Department of DOT, speaking about how they're pushing up their bridge and road work from 10 years to 5 years. So the goal of Eagle Eye is to provide opportunities for people in the communities to get livable, sustainable jobs, introduce them into the union. and hopefully provide them with longevity careers, and provide professional um, services for companies that are looking for steady labor, for steady workers.
No, thank you. Thank you for giving us that information. And it's true. Right now, we have a labor shortage that's almost in every industry. So this is really challenging right now. And I'm very happy to see that you're working with the DOT also, and to make sure that I feel very, as another female and Afro-Latina, so happy to see the representation in the industry also. So thank you so much for that.
Thank
I
you.
wanted to ask and I'm going to start with Elizabeth. Elizabeth, how did you find out about Reba? How did you get connected with Lisa and the work that they do?
Wow, that's a very good question. I was actually on Facebook looking for information about organization that help and support business. I did find a lot of organization, but I didn't find anything specific, something that I could relate to. So when I came across REAP, I was like, oh, I didn't even know that they exist. So let me reach out. So I sent a message via Facebook Messenger, and the rest is history.
Hey, that's wonderful. What about you, Venetia?
I was introduced to Reba just from, like I said, previous to COVID, there was a lot of networking events going on between CWE and I believe SCORE had a few events going on. But I believe Lisa was at one of these events or at one
Probably.
of these press conferences or something. Yeah, and I think I was introduced to her that way.
Yeah.
Being a new business owner, being a woman minority, someone probably thought it was a great connection. I reached out, and they've been a huge support system from day one for me, helping me keep my doors open when this COVID madness started, to still continue support right now as I continue to grow. So.
Great. So Lisa, tell us, for anyone that is watching right now, how they can
Yeah.
get in contact with you and with Reba.
Yeah, so these two ladies really speak to the work that we do, right? We're intentional, right? We're connecting and supporting businesses where they're at. We're meeting them at the need that they have right now, and then setting up for the future. But companies can connect with us on all of the social media platform. We're everywhere, but our website is www.ri-bba.org, and our phone number is 401-383-1179. But again, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of them. If you just type in the word RIBA, RIBBA, or Rhode Island Black Business Association, you will connect with us. And again, we just saw the phone number on the screen, but we are here to support not only Black businesses, we support Black and brown businesses primarily. We have never turned anybody away. So any businesses come into our door, we do support them, but our primary focus is supporting Black and brown businesses. And we've been a great team with our partners. Again, we are just not working in a silo by ourselves. Again, I think they mentioned CWE, SCG, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So we're working in partnership. And that's the beauty about our group, right? We're not in these silos. We're working together to support all businesses here in the state. And again, when we think of Rhode Island, it's a very small state. And I think if we all lean in, we can create the state that we want to see. So we encourage companies to reach out to us. You still have time for the Rebound grant that ends at 3:30 today. So if you need any help, please call our office or email us. If you go on our website, you'll see a link that will take you to an intake form. If you fill that out, somebody will get back right in touch with you. Again, we don't want you to miss out on this important grant. It's up to $5,000. It's either $2,500 or $5,000. We will help you to make sure that you are, we'll try to get you in to make sure you're eligible, but please call us before that cutoff at 3:30.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Governor, thank you so much for the opportunity. This has been wonderful.
Thank you, Lisa. And before Elizabeth and Venetia leave, I just want to also acknowledge Tina has been very active in the chat. So Tina is the director of RAMP, which is an organization that's working to make sure that businesses are accessible. So make sure you reach out to Tina. She's always available to come to your business or give you feedback about how to make your business more accessible. So thank you, Tina, for joining this conversation. I want to thank Elizabeth and Vanessa for joining us today. Thank you for all this information that you have provided and sharing your experience working with the RIBA team. It's truly appreciate your participation. And I know, Ben, that we also have Justin with us, and if we can bring Justin, Lisa and Justin back so we can talk to them, that would be great. Hi, Justin.
Hey guys, how are you? Good.
Welcome.
Welcome. So this is the first time that you and I get to meet after doing this for about 2 years. You've taken the reins and running with it.
It was about time. We needed to meet.
Well, maybe what we'll have to do is we'll set up a meeting together. Have your people call my people, and we'll go to Neon and get pizza.
Well, I guess you all need to have your people call my people as well, since you're always having these people, right?
And Lisa, since you have people that are, need signs, your people should call my people, and then we'll get some more people and do some signs.
I love it. We will definitely be in contact with you, Justin. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So Justin,
yeah, absolutely.
Tell us more for everybody that is watching about the business and what you do.
Yeah, so I own a print shop that's in Warwick. Mayor Picosi asked me to jump on and kind of, talk a little bit about our business. So we do pretty much everything. So you can see behind me, like a lot of printed branding. We do screen printing, embroidery. We've had to adapt a lot through COVID. Actually, we started this studio about 2 years ago during COVID. And previous to this, I had another shop, which is how I, got involved on a lot of this stuff with Governor McKee. And, it's been a challenging time in reinventing ourselves. So we've taken all the resources that we have. We do a lot of classes out of here now. I think this week, one of our screen printers has a student from one of the local schools coming in to try to do like a little mentorship program from there. Really, anything that we can do to try to reinvent ourselves and get going has been, it's been a challenge, just like, the two ladies that were on earlier talking about. And I'm sure, you guys hear it all the time from other small business owners that it's a challenge.
Yeah. Thank you. Now that you're talking about small business owners, and I think the next person we have to bring on the screen with us is Chris Parisi. So
my boy, Chris
Parisi has to join this conversation. So now we're talking about the small business community. Chris, you were listening to Lisa and Vanessa and Elizabeth and what they have been doing. And Justin, tell us about the work that you're doing with the Small Business Coalition and how they can connect with you in the work that you do.
Yeah, so with the Rhode Island Small Business Coalition, we support all businesses of all sizes and all communities and work with great organizations like a RIBA, like a chamber out there, and so that we can together amplify what our small businesses are asking for instead of working in silos. And that's how we work with a lot of great organizations like Lisa's, and how we work with great small businesses like Justin's, is that we're listening, right? What is going on in your small business, in your industry, having industry representatives that can funnel it up to our board so that we can be aware of what's happening, what type of support do they need. And we've been doing that for now 2 years. Justin was involved with it in the very beginning, and then it took off into that, into now it's a true advocacy organization for our small businesses, and working with the state, working with your office, Lieutenant Governor, and Commerce a lot. We saw Secretary Pryor developing, for instance, the Rhode Island Rebound Small Business Grant Program, which the deadline is today. So make sure everyone applies. The money's running out. So I don't think there's going to be another round, it sounds like. So make sure you apply today.
So again, that deadline of today, and I know that all of you, this is a busy timing for you, and I want to give you your time back, but I just really wanted for all of you to be here so our listeners can learn about the important work that you all are doing. I want to thank you for joining this conversation today. Thank you so much, Lisa, for that.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Justin, for telling us about your business. And thank you, Chris, for always keeping the conversation going every single week, even the weeks when I'm not here. And this is so important to hear directly from our small business community. You are the one that are right there in the forefront. You see the challenges that we're facing, and you are the one that has the solution. And we want to hear from you, because nobody better than you to tell us the things that we have to provide to make sure that your business is successful. So with that, I just want to say thank you all for joining today this conversation. It's been a pleasure to be with all of you. And remember, the deadline for the application for the small business is today at 3:30. And take a look at the chat. You're going to find the link right there. Make sure that you apply before the deadline. Have a good afternoon.